Hey, if you're thinking about becoming a consultant, there's a lot of things to consider, and I wanted to share with you the important consideration of finding a place to work that works for you, something that's inspiring. Now, a lot of my work involves creativeness, and so I have got to have a space that works for me where I can feel inspired. Well, it didn't happen automatically. I think my first desk area as a consultant was the kitchen table, and then later on I had a kitchen that had a desk built in, and that was a little bit nicer, but still, all the junk and the mail and everything from the kitchen ended up bleeding into that area. But it worked for me, and I got my system generally set up. From there, I went into a spare bedroom that was kind of it was fine because it was separate. So now I've evolved, and this has taken me a while to get this, but I want you to be able to dream of what your ideal space is. And if it's in your own house, that's great. There's a lot of business incubators in many towns where they can rent space from you. If you're an extrovert like I am, you might really appreciate that because then you're around people. People for me are inspiring. But I have been able to get something that works for me. I took a second bedroom that's in the second story of our house. It's over a garage, so it's what was a spare bedroom. And at first, it was a spot that had just a window next to it, and I crammed an old, really heavy desk into the corner. Eventually, I did a renovation, and I turned that window into some French doors that looked out onto some decking that I put over the carport that we have outside of our garage. Added a sitting area, which I love, and now I have a big handmade by a carpenter that I know in town that does specific work like this, and he put a big U together for me for my work area. Now, this is what works for me. I also added a window and put a bird feeder right outside of it so I can watch the birds. So not bragging, but that really does get me inspired, this space. I've got all the space that I need. I've got an extra closet area for storage of things that are outside of my zone. If you've watched any of my personal productivity webinars, you know that it's important to have right within your reach the things that you need. The keyboard, the mouse, the phone, the notebook that you use all the time. There's my recording equipment. There's a light. There's an extra screen. And it makes me feel like I'm ready to get down to it and get a lot of stuff done. Working as a consultant means you don't just do the creative stuff all the time. You don't just put together the services that you're delivering to your customers, but you're also creating proposals. You're also doing the business part, which is a lot of administration, a lot of what I call non-revenue generating activities. A lot of that. Marketing comes into that same area. So those are really the three pieces: the actual delivery of the consultant services, the management or the administrative piece, and then the marketing piece, which is getting out there, marketing, networking, getting to know other folks, and getting your name around. So that's what I've got. I think you saw my dog underneath the desk too. I call him Ding Dong Dog because he's not the smartest one, but he's pretty damn loyal. So that's an insight into it. Think about it. Use it as a dream for yourself. Set a goal for where you want to have your ideal workspace, something that works for you, whether it's in your house or whether it's renting it someplace among others, or in some cases, if you've got a client that you do a lot of work with or you're expecting to do a lot of work with, maybe they can loan you some desk space. So good luck, and I hope you're inspired too. Bye.